I recently got the opportunity to check out the entire season of Dark Matter, which will be coming out on Apple TV Plus on May 8th. The first 2 episodes are going to come out the same day, but then it'll be a week-by-week basis after that. This series was adapted from a Blake Crouch novel of the same name. If you're unsure who Blake Crouch is, this is the guy that also wrote Wayward Pines, which was adapted into a Fox TV show that had a couple of seasons back in the day. He also wrote a couple of really fascinating, beautifully written books called Recursion and Upgrade. And there's obviously a possibility that those might be adapted into either feature films or more TV shows. And regardless, I'm excited for whatever he does because I've been a fan of his from before anything was ever adapted. The Wayward Pines trilogy of books were really good. Not as good as Dark Matter, Recursion, or Upgrade, but fascinating and a fun page-turning kind of experience. I have yet to read a novel done by Blake Crouch that isn't explosively good, because look, he has a vision behind the things that he does. He has a style of writing that's kind of unmatched. So anything that he does, I typically expect an experience unlike any other. Dark Matter specifically is about a man that gets kidnapped and thrust into an alternate version of his reality. In this new reality, he is not married, he does not have kids, he is not a professor of physics or anything of the matter. Instead, he's a renowned genius who has created some sort of mysterious box that allows whoever walks inside to traverse the multiverse, essentially. But he has no idea how to do it because he's not the one that actually created the box. The one that actually created the box stole his life, his wife, and his kid and left him to rot in this other world. And throughout the series, it's basically an adventure going from door to door to door, trying to find his own world, not knowing how to do it, in an infinite hallway of possibilities of where he's gonna end up. How he's gonna pick out a needle in a proverbial haystack is beyond me. In terms of staying loyal to the source material, the actual novel, the series did a great job, and this is partially because the lead writer and showrunner is none other than Blake Crouch. So if you have any fears or worries that it's not gonna be very loyal, definitely just toss those fears aside because that is not the case here. I will say that the first 2 episodes that come out on the very first day, May 8th, if I were to rank the episodes in the entire series, I would probably put the first 2 at the bottom. And that's only because it does take a while for things to get started, to get rolling. It's a very fish out of water scenario where he wakes up in this alternate universe, and it takes him a long time to realize that's what's going on. You know, he thinks he's going crazy, he thinks people are playing tricks on him, he does whatever. And there's a little bit of repetition there where, as an audience member, you might be thinking if you were in his shoes, it wouldn't take you very long to realize that you have been transported to another reality. As wild as that theory might be, it wouldn't take you that long to realize you're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. And that's a little bit aggravating given the fact that this guy is a genius. He kind of has the brain of a rocket scientist, you know, he knows quantum physics and all these different things that are really fascinating. But it takes him more than 2 episodes to figure out what's going on. And the reason why I say that is because once you get to the 3rd episode, I'm pretty darn sure anybody who's watching up to that point will be hooked. The 3rd episode on is a wild ride, it's very exciting, and you don't really know how everything's going to end up. But the way that it ends is, well, I'll let you see for yourself because, woo, yes! As with anything else, when it comes down to adaptations, the novel's better, but only by slightly, only in terms of things that they can't really adapt to the screen very well, as we've seen from any Dan Brown adaptation, right? If you read any Dan Brown book, those books are filled to the brim with like facts and figures and statistics, and that kind of stuff does not translate very well for the screen. Same thing here. With Dark Matter, Blake Crouch included a ton of theoretical scenarios, scientific data regarding things such as quantum physics, and again, reading it's fascinating. Translating it to the screen can be boring. So it does kind of skip over some of that data, just like the Dan Brown adaptations did, because you can only do so much when it comes down to stuff like that. So I don't fault anybody for it, but I do technically believe that all the aspects that occur in the first 2 episodes probably could have been squished down to just 1 episode, and basically the 3rd episode would be the 2nd. I think that would have made the show the best it could be. I know what it was doing. I know that it was trying to initiate this story and introduce you to these characters, but it does a good job of that in the first episode alone. So I would definitely say the first 2 episodes could have been morphed into one. But at the end of the day, it's really a small complaint because I really do consider this show to be one of the best new shows of 2024. It's probably not going to get another season given the fact that this first season is completely what happens in that first book. But it does leave things open for interpretation. It does leave questions unanswered as to what might go on. There's things here and there that can be seen as cliffhangers for another season, but you can also see those same events as closure in a way. So it could go either way. It's one of those type of situations. I don't know what they're going to do. But if they do end up going for a second season, I will be there to definitely check it out. Guys, are you excited to watch Dark Matter? Are you anticipating it to be this really exciting thing? Are you a little bit worried about it because you love the book so much and can't really see it existing in TV series format? Let me know. Are you a fan of Blake Crouch in general? And I didn't have time to really talk about, Joel Edgerton or Jennifer Connelly, Alice Braga, or anything like that. But they all do a great job making these characters feel real and thrust into situations that you can actually root for their characters to come out of this in a positive manner. That is my key takeaways from Dark Matters. If I had to rate this show, I'd give it an A. It's nearly perfect. That is, if you compare it to the book and you consider the book to be actual perfection. This is really up there. But yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with the next review. And until then, peace out.
Lost in the echoes of a fractured time, dark matter pulls me in an enigmatic climb through worlds unknown where realities entwine. I'll chase the shadows till my fate I realign. In the labyrinth of choices I'll find my way in this multiverse where I must stay. Across the vast expanse where stars align, dark matter whispers secrets in this cosmic design.